What is going on, everyone? So I want to make a very quick video here to show something. I was going to make a video for a friend of mine who's helping us find some deals here in Maui, and then I thought everybody would probably want to learn this. So here's the deal. I'm going to talk about finding good deals and how we run the numbers to figure out how much you can offer. I'm going to go real quick through this. You can watch the video multiple times if you need to. Here we go. First of all, we got to find a sample deal. So let's just go Fort Myers, Florida, and what the person that I'm training here is going to be wholesaling that deal to me. In other words, they're going to find the good deal and then wholesale it, make a fee for it. So we're going to be using the wholesaling calculator on BiggerPockets. But however you do the numbers, I'm just going to show you how the math works out. So let's just say this guy right here, 178. I don't know anything about this house, this neighborhood. I just need an example, okay? So turnkey townhome in Sail Harbor, located in Fort Myers, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's just say this is the home. We got some nice pictures here. It's a nice little property, good for us. All right, so I'm going to go to BiggerPockets. I'm going to go to the tools, and we've got a couple different calculators here that you could use. The rental property, the fix and flip, but this is going to be they're going to wholesale it to me. So I'm going to use either the fix and flip calculator if I'm flipping it, or if I'm a wholesaler, I'm going to use the wholesaling calculator. Let's try that real quick. So I'm going to hit use calculator, and here we go. We've got 4 pages here. I'm going to call it something. I'm going to go real quick through this. Fort Myers property. All right, so I can put in the address if I want to. You know, we might as well make it as official as possible. I like to have as much as we can on there. So we can go like this. We can go like this. What we're trying to do here is find out how much we can offer on the property. That's all we're trying to do here. I can add a photo if I want to. I like adding photos. It makes everything look better. When you're presenting a deal to somebody, even if it's like you're a wholesaler and trying to present it to your end buyer, it's always good to make it look good with a photo. So I would like to do that. So let's just take a little screenshot here of this. Let's go ahead and upload that. Select file. Come on, select file, and there we go. Description, you can write whatever you want there. Write as many details about the property as possible. In this case, for simplicity, I'm just going to copy what the agent wrote, and that's it. That's it for page 1. Now, I'm going to choose, I'm going to sell this to a flipper. In this case, what is your end buyer going to do? Are they going to flip it or rent it? What do they care about? In this case, we're going to do flip. Okay, so what is it worth when it's all fixed up? This is the most important number of the entire analysis. In this case, the best way to know that number is to ask a real estate agent. Hey, real estate agent, what is this property worth when it's all fixed up, all done, ready to go? What conservatively is it going to sell for, like, right away? And they're going to be like, well, I think this property will sell for, again, I have no idea about this property. I'm just an example. Let's just say they're like, probably $299,000 if it was all fixed up. Great. How much do you as a wholesaler, so the person I'm training, how much do you guys want to make on as a profit? Typically, wholesalers make anywhere between $5,000 and $20,000 on a deal. In this case, let's go $10,000. That's what you want to make is 10 grand. What does your flipper want to make? Now, on this deal, because it's a smaller price point compared to what I'm doing, maybe $50,000, $60,000. Like say $50,000 would be a good flipping profit. Now in Maui, I shoot for 100. So if you're finding me deals on Maui, you're gonna put $100,000 in there. That's the profit I want to make as a flipper. You want to make the $10,000. All right, next step. What does it cost to fix this property up? Now, that's the other really important question. The ARV is important, the after repair value. And then what's it cost to fix up? Wholesalers are notorious for being like, oh yeah, all you need is paint and carpet. Things always need more work than that. So try to get a fairly accurate as much as possible. Now, of course, you're not going to know perfectly, but is it a $10,000 or a $40,000 rehab? I mean, this property right here, we looked at the pictures. It's a $178,000 house. It's 1,700 square feet. That's pretty large, but not like crazy. But looking at those pictures, like it looks pretty nice. Like this doesn't need hardly anything. Let's pretend though it needed a whole lot more, right? Let's just pretend that this property, we figured it needed $25,000 of work. Okay. Then we have closing costs. I typically just throw $3,000 in, not 30, 3,000 in for closing costs. And then same thing for sales closing costs. I usually do 3,000 there. 3,000 in the front, 3,000 in the back, and then commission as well. When you sell a property to when the flipper sells that property, they got to pay an agent probably 6%. All right. And now in Hawaii, we usually get around a little bit lower than that because prices are $1 million. So we make it 4% is probably more realistic in Hawaii or in Maui. And if you're in like New York or LA, you might do 4 or 5% depending. Talk to an agent, find that out. What's it cost to hold a property? I mean, if you're paying hard money costs and stuff, you can go in here and add it up. Like, yeah, every month we're going to have to pay a hard money lender. We're going to have to do this, this, and this. On this property, let's just say that the loan payment, and if you're not sure, you can always just go and look at like what would be a loan payment. They even have it on Realtor. Monthly payment. All right, about $925 a month with everything, $650 just for principal and interest. That's with a normal loan. I'm going to just go like this. Because it's hard money, we're going to use a hard money lender here. I'm going to go ahead and say usually 8% interest. So what is 8% on how much we're borrowing? A couple $100,000 the person will be borrowing. So like $1,600 a month for a payment. Is that right? No, $16,000 a year divided by 12. Let's call it $1,400. Approximate. Taxes, let's just call it 100 a month. You can look that up. Electricity is usually around 100. You got water, maybe, you know, $100 a month. Just like holding costs, right? Insurance, you got maybe $100 a month for that. If there's an HOA, you can put it there. Is there any other monthly expenses? Not the rehab costs, just holding costs. Let's say that's it. Then how long does it take a flipper to buy and sell a property? I typically do 60 or 90 days. In this case, let's go 90 days. I like to be more conservative. And that's it. So we just ran through the whole entire thing, calculate results, and let's find out what happens here. Calculate results, and here we go. All right, so here's our property with a nice picture on top. According to the data you provided, you can afford to offer $184,000 to get this property under contract. Your end buyer, like if you're the wholesaler, you're going to try to get it for $184,000. I would pay $194,000 for the property, and that way you would make a $10,000 difference. So in other words, you get it under contract for $184,000. I will pay $194,000. You get the $10,000 difference at closing from the title company. This is based on the ARV, the after repair value being $299. The profit for the flipper of $50,000. I'm going to make my 50. Rehab budget of 25. Down below that, you can see things like, where do those numbers come from? Well, we have our purchase price. So, you know, we have our purchase price, we have a closing cost. We've got that. We've got, because this is the price that I'm paying for the flipper, right? So I'm going to have $197 into it. I'm going to spend $25 on rehab. I'm going to spend $1,800 a month holding it for a total of 90 days. That's $5,400 I'm going to have there. I'm going to lose $3,000 to closing costs and $17,000 to agent fees for a total of that, meaning there's my profit of $50,000. The cool thing is you can see also, hey, if we can do this flip faster, I can make $52,000. But if it took us like almost a year to do it, yeah, I'd make a lot less. But at least it's nice to see there. I can see what my return would be as a flipper. You could go into actual estimated repairs if you wanted more specific. I didn't do that today, but that's it. And then what you would do is you would download the PDF. You can download the client PDF. This, if you are a wholesaler, you're going to send this PDF to me because now I'm going to look at this and say, oh, okay, yeah, it looks like I can buy it for this much money. So I got all my financial costs right there. And it kind of just walks me through what my flip would be, how much I'm going to make at various spots. So that's kind of how this thing works. Yeah, that's about how the wholesaling calculator works. So hope that helped. Again, I can also download or copy to another user. I could upload a company logo if you want to be more official. I could reanalyze it if I wanted to do the deal myself. If you weren't trying to wholesale it, you could do that. And you could download that. You could download your own wholesaling PDF. This is the wholesaler PDF right here. In fact, yeah, I would probably even download the wholesaler PDF if you don't mind the end buyer knowing how much you make. Like that one actually is what I would do. Because this one actually has, like, I can see you're going to make $10,000. Fine. I'm going to make $50,000. Great. I'm going to spend $25,000 in the rehab. I can see all the numbers right there. I can see everything on one neat and clean page. That's what I want you to send me if you're trying to wholesale me a deal. So that's how it works on the BiggerPockets wholesaling calculator. Very similar to the flipping calculator. It's really identical except for that wholesaling part. Hope that helps. If you have not tried out the calculator, try them out. They're on BiggerPockets. You do have to have a pro membership to use them unlimited, but you can try them out anytime up to 5 times for free. So check it out. For BiggerPockets.com, my name is Brandon. Signing up.